Okay, guys, just give me a second to make sure that I'm live because um it's been a while since I was live on my profile. Hello, hello. Here we go. Hello. So Blanca, as I'm seeing your comment. I'm live. My phone. I'm live now. I'm live now. I'm going to tag everyone to make sure that you guys see I'm live. See this live. Just a second. Just a second. Okay. So, we're going to get started. I'm excited about today's topic. Um, we are going to talk about how to attract leads. And as soon as I'm done, how to fill your next virtual event with premium leads. This is the exact name for this event. We're going to talk about this as soon as I make sure that everything is working properly. Just so bear with me. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So Blanca, here we go. I'm tagging you, lovely. I've seen your comment in the DMs. I'm going to get back to you as soon as I'm done. I want to get started and talk about today's topic. I'm excited. It's been a while since I was live here. I'm doing my lives in the Facebook group. Yesterday I've done a live in the Facebook group talking um, about attracting more clients. I said, okay, let's do this. Let's do a live on my profile and talk about how to fill your next virtual event with premium leads without posting every single day. So if this is something that you're interested in, let me know. Use the hashtag live. If you catch this live, use the hashtag live. Let me know that you're here. And if you see this as a replay, let me know with the hashtag replay. And also feel free to let me know from where you're tuning in. I love connecting and engaging. One of the reasons for starting an online business more than a decade ago, many, many, many years ago, was this idea of connecting with people globally. And this is still something that I enjoy and it brings me excitement. So let me know from where you're tuning in because I do love seeing people connecting from all over the world. So I have some notes. I have a file here with some notes. I'm going to look at this from time to time. So bear with me. I just want to make sure that I'm touching all the points that I want to talk about today. And I'm going to also check comments from time to time to make sure that I answer in case you have questions. The more you engage, the more value you're going to receive out of this training. It's as simple as that. So don't be shy. There is no wrong question. When I started, I had no idea what a website is. When I started many, many years ago, I had no idea what hosting means. So don't hold back. Let me know what kind of question you have, and if I can answer, I'm more than happy to do that during the live or after the training when I'm done. Okay, so I want to make sure that, hello, hello. So I want to make sure that this training speaks to those who are interested. So this is, first of all, so it's a training for coaches, service providers, and experts who are tired of posting daily, who are tired of the posting grind and ready for a better, more easier, more scalable way to fill their virtual events with high quality leads. So if you are someone who loves to launch, maybe does live masterclasses or challenges or virtual events, workshop, whatever it is. And you do know how to do that. You get clients, you know how to launch, you just know how to do the whole process. But if you want to scale the revenue that you're making, maybe double or maybe triple or quadruple the revenue that you're making with your launches, this training is for you. I've designed this training for you because this is what I do. This is one of my main skills. This training is about how to bring in more people, premium leads. I'm talking about premium leads, not just random people. I'm talking about how to bring in more people so that you scale your launches, so that you scale to six-figure launches and beyond. I have clients who got to 150K launches, by doing things that I'm going to share with you today. So if this is something that you want, my invitation is to stick around, ask questions. I'm not going to make this a super long training. I just want to go over some of the most important things that you want to know. But if you have questions, like I said, let me know in the comments and I may go live tomorrow again and dive deeper into that question and answer in depth, okay? So for those who are new on my profile, because it's been a while since I went live, I'm Florentina Islati. I help ambitious coaches and service providers fill their virtual events with quality leads. And I do that running smart, simple paid ads. That's what I do. This is what I have been doing since 2013. And this is something that I still do at this moment. I've started from a small town somewhere in Romania. It's East Europe for those who don't even know where the country is. So when I started, I had no idea like what website is. I had no idea. My English was really, really bad. As you can see, I'm still, I still have some grammar mistakes from time to time. But still, this didn't stop me to create a multiple six-figure business. And if I can do it, if I can do it, you do it too. You can do it too. Just because if you know English, if you can speak English, you're already way better than me. So as long as you have commitment, as long as you have desire, as long as you want to have the things that you want and you put in the work and you get the guidance that you need from someone who already has the outcome that you want, then it must happen. This was my mindset and it's still my mindset to this day. If there's something that you want, there has to be a way. So that's why I'm here today to share with you the things that you work when it comes to running events and fill those events with high quality leads. Because when you have those high quality leads, scaling those live launches is quite easy because you're at this moment, you already have the skills to run a launch. You already generate clients. So why the heck not blow this whole thing up in a good way? Why not scale it to six figures per launch or even more than that? You can do that by the end of the year. We still have 3.5, almost 4 months by the end of the year. You can have 2 or 3 launches with ease and add an extra 100 or 200K to your revenue with the things that I'm going to share with you today. So just keep that in mind because it doesn't have to take a long time and it doesn't have to be rocket science, especially when you have someone by your side who can guide you, go more to the right or more to the left. When you have someone like that by your side, you move things quickly. So let's start with a quick question for those who catch the replay. Let me ask you if you're tired of posting every single day. And if you're tired of posting every single day, but what's even more annoying is the fact that you don't get the results that you want. You don't get your DM is not filled with the clients that you want, the leads that you want. People are not, the amount of people that reach out are not maybe the quality that you want. They maybe are not qualified or or you don't get as many people as you want. So let me know in the comments if you're tired of that because I want to talk about that a little bit. Hello, 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 Blanca. So let me know if that's something that you are tired because it doesn't have to be this way. Um, Especially if you are I don't know, going from content idea to a content idea to creating captions to creating reels to posting to scheduling to just investing all that work into creating content, creating reels, batching content, spending time, doing all this work and not get the results that you want. Like maybe a handful of people are seeing your reels, maybe a handful of people like your comments, maybe, which is not a bad thing because you can have high ticket clients reaching out even if you have a few likes. But the idea is that even when you post content, but you don't have as many people as you want in your containers, people are not reaching out to buy, which is basically the thing that is kind of annoying. So let me know in the comments if this is something that it's happening because we can shift this. It really doesn't have to be this way. Um, when you look at when you do this kind of marketing, when you focus on relying only on organic, basically, you're not only you don't only need you need a lot of time, but you also need patience, and you also need to kind of self-control to not lose it, because you see other people have so much success while working less. Maybe you're looking at leaders who are present, like you see their message all over you see their message online consistently, and you're wondering, what the heck? What's going on? Why it's so hard for me and why it's so easy for other people? Well, the issue is that when someone is present online hello, when someone is everywhere, like you go on Instagram and you see their message, you go on LinkedIn and see your message, you go on Facebook and you see your message. When they are everywhere, that means that something is happening inside their marketing. They do something. They have a system in order to be online on a daily basis, 24/7. It's not random. It's not something that they do themselves. They don't sit on a computer 24/7 and make sure that you see their message. No, there's a system behind their marketing, and that most of the time is a system that involves running ads to put their visibility on autopilot. That's if you see Alex Hermosi or Amy Porterfield or whoever you follow, you see them consistently. They are running ads. They are running lead generation ads, visibility ads. There are multiple type of ads, but they're running those ads to bring people in 24/7, regardless if they are with a margarita somewhere on Bahamas or something like that. You see their ad, regardless if it's the weekend or it's a Monday, you see their ads. Regardless if they show up online or not, you see their ads. Regardless of what they do, they have a machine, they have a system, they have a lead generation system in place that brings people in their world 24/7. Now, maybe you're thinking, yeah, that's great, but they have huge budgets. Here's the thing. You don't one of the issues, one of the blocks, let's call one of the blocks that so many coaches have is the fact that they think that you need to have a huge amount of money in order to run ads. No, you can start with $5 a day. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not kidding. I'm like, this is a fact. You can start with $5 a day. You can start with $10 a day. You can start slow. You can not slow. You can start low at a low level and then grow from there, because Rome wasn't built in one day. You don't need to build Rome in one day. Start slow. You can have someone teach you how to do this, and this is something that I do with my clients. I have coaching packages where I'm teaching you how to do this, so that you create the lead generation system that works for you 24/7, and bring in people who are aligned, who are actually the right people for your virtual event, for your ongoing lead magnet. Maybe you have a list building thing, maybe you have a guide, maybe you have free training or meditation or whatever it is. If you don't have, that's not a bad idea to have. And you can use that to bring people into your world on a daily basis. Maybe you want to build your Facebook group. Here's the thing, maybe you want to have brand new people joining your Facebook group every single day, 5, 10, 12, 15, 20 people. If you want to have those notifications in your inbox, and seeing like when you wake up, having those notifications like, oh, you have 5 people who want to join your Facebook group, you have 10 people who want to join your Facebook group, and they answer those questions. Maybe you have questions when you set up your Facebook group, maybe you ask people to answer those questions. Those are leads. If one of the questions is a qualifying question, you ask them, where they are, what they want, and things like that. Though, and they say, yes, that is a lead. That is a lead. And they come to you every single day. They come to you. You're not going after them. And you wake up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 leads. Maybe not all, maybe not everyone is going to be interested, but out of 10, half of them should be interested. If not, that means that your ads need to be a little bit, we need to work on your ads, like tweak them and make sure that we bring in quality leads, the right leads. That does make sense, guys. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you have questions, because I can talk about this all day long. When you guys ask questions, I can personalize this training. So just imagine that, because that's what's possible, and this is what they do. That's how you grow. You don't need to start with $1,000 a day, $500 a day. You don't need to start with that. You start with what you have, the budget that you have at this moment, and then you grow from there. And you add a little bit of leverage. Your nervous system is going to be so relaxed, because even if you don't show up, maybe something happens in your family, maybe you have kids, maybe you want to take a day off. Why not? Maybe you want to take a day off. Maybe you don't want to work on a Monday. Or maybe you want to work only 4 days a week instead of 5. Regardless of what you do, when you know that when you pull back for a day or for a week, you know that that ad campaign is running there. It's running behind the scenes, and it's bringing you those people. It's bringing those leads in. And when you come back online, you already have people to talk to about your offers. They're already there waiting. They're already consuming your content. Maybe you put them in your email list and they read your content. You put them in the Facebook group and they engage with your content. They maybe watch your Facebook Live. They consume whatever. Maybe you send them to your YouTube account and watch the training there. Maybe you send them to an Instagram reel or Instagram content, and they consume the content there. They're already ready for you when you show up online. And all this is automated. Like, you don't need to be like it. All this is automated, and it's actually very simple to set up. Well, for me, it's actually, to be honest, for me, it's very simple to set up, but it can be learned. Like, you don't need to hustle. You don't need to post 3 times a day. Invest maybe 2 hours or 1 hour or 3 hours to create the content. And then in the morning, when you wake up, checking notification to see how many people saw your reel, checking to see if someone engaged, someone reached out, to see how many likes, and then after that, noticing that, yeah, you've invested so much time creating that content, but except of views, except of few likes, there's actually no return on your investment, on your time investment. There are no clients, and this is something that can happen on for a long time, and it's not fun, because we do know how the algorithm works, and sometimes it's hard to break that ceiling where you feel overlooked when you rely only on organic. You feel overlooked. You know you are amazing. You know that I have an amazing offer. You know that your work is next level. You know that if someone works with you, you blow their mind. You know that you're good. You know that there are people who need your work. You do your marketing, you show up on a daily basis, and still maybe have a handful of clients. When you can have 20, 40, 50 people in your group coaching package, or you can have hundreds and hundreds of people join your Facebook Live when you do not Facebook Live, when you do a virtual event, instead of 100 people, and have maybe 20 people show up and maybe one or two buy, or something like that. You can have hundreds of people. You can have 100, you can have 500 people sign up. You can have 1,000 people sign up and close 20, 30, 40 people to your scalable offer, or to your coaching package, to whatever solution, whatever your package looks like. You can have that and you can have that. Oh, what the heck, my eye. You can have that. I don't know what's going on. My lashes. I don't have fake lashes. I just something. I don't know what's going on. What I was talking about. you can have that. And the mind-bending thing is that it doesn't take long to set up. You can set this up in 1 week. If you work with me, for example, we can have this set up in 1 week. 1 week, that's 7 days. Actually, 5 days, because we're going to work from Monday to Friday. And you have all this set up, and then you just look at leads coming in to your virtual event, to your ongoing growth freebie, whatever you have, that free meditation or that free guide or whatever it is, the free training, whatever it is, the ebook, whatever it is. And after that, of course, after that, you keep posting. You keep posting, and no one is going to hold you back from posting, but it doesn't rely only on you. When you pull back, when you take some time off, guess what? The ads are going to bring in the right leads for you. And if you focus on a virtual event, the beauty is that it's so easy to scale. It's easy to scale because you are actually in control, not the algorithm. You are in control when you run the right ads. You are in control how many people are going to sign up for your virtual event. And the quality, also you're in control of the quality of the people that are going to sign up for your event. And you can scale, you can plan out the amount of money that you make with your launches, because it's pure math after that. You know that 2 or 3, 4, depends on your conversion rate, on your launch conversion rate. If you're launching, this is something that you need to know. You know that maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5% of those who sign up buy. Knowing that, then it's okay, let's bring in more leads, because as long as I'm converting, as long as I know my conversion rate, I know how to deliver the content, I know how to deliver the event, I know how to close client, I know my work is proven, my work is something that they want, my messaging is proven. When you are in that stage, then it's all about amplifying. And no, okay, this is my closing rate. I close at my events are my virtual event convert at 2 or 3 or 4%. Then let's scale it. What do we need to scale it? Well, we need more exposure, we need more visibility. Then guess what? Ads are a perfect way to do that without the burnout. Because if you're posting every single day at this moment and you get a few clients, how much you need to work even more. Like, how much can you work on a daily basis? How much content can you create to post even more? Like, to post even more, or to reach out to post in other Facebook groups or go in podcasts, and that adds even more work on your to-do list. When you can put some money aside, build a system, a lead generation system using ads that are going to bring in the leads that you need on autopilot, and then reinvest the second launch. With the second launch, you reinvest some of the profit in ads again. And then with the third launch, you do the same thing. With the fourth launch, you do the same thing. With the fifth launch, you do the same thing. And this is the system. You can blow up your business with this simple marketing system by the end of the year, and also start on a high, in a big way, in 2026, and you can keep doing this in 2026. It's a simple, scalable way of promoting your offer, especially when you already have the skills. When you already have the skills to do virtual events, when you already like doing this, and the only thing that is kind of holding you back is the fact that there's so much work in bringing those people into, so much work in having those people to sign up in the first place. You actually can shift that by running ads, and you basically put aside and you overcome the thing that makes the whole event a pain, which is that struggle to bring people in. You can solve that problem, you can solve that situation by running ads, and put that on autopilot, and then reuse that system every single time you launch, every single time. This is something that I love about this, because it's scalable. This is something that I've done for one of my clients who got to 60K with her first launch, then 70K with the second launch, 150K with the third launch, and so on. We have done more than 9 launches together, which helped her get to multiple 6 figures, even 7 figures. Another client who got leads on autopilot, and then after that, those leads ended up buying. So she worrying about when the next client would come from, when the next client would come. That worry just disappeared because leads were coming in on a consistent basis, on a daily basis. So she started to sign clients consistently because her leads were consistent. When your leads are consistent, you sign clients consistently. Had clients who started from 0 to having a 10K launch, then from 10K launch to a 30K launch. It depends from where you start and the skill set that you have. But if you already have the skills in running launches, running virtual events, and you already signed clients, you're leaving so much money on the table just because you're not leveraging paid ads or a lead generation system that involves ads so that you blow things up in a easy way. This makes sense. So I want to talk a little bit about the things that I make sure are in place when I'm running ads for clients, when I'm running this kind of campaign. Let me double check. Hello. Okay. I want to go over some of the things that are important in order to make sure that you attract the right leads. And some of them, so I'm not going to go in depth with every single thing. You may, when you hear them, you may think, yeah, but this is basic. I already know this, but listen to this information like you hear this for the first time, because it's not about knowing. It's not about knowing. There are nuances. There's depth to this, there's depth that if you don't have it, you're not getting the results that you want. For example, getting clear on what your ideal client wants. Very simple. I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but there's depth to this because it's related to having not only knowing what they want, but also crafting message that speaks to what they want, and be very specific, like get into not only their brain but also their feelings, and talk about the things that they are thinking, and capturing that in the ad, capturing that in the lead magnet, and then when they consume the lead magnet, helping them have a shift so that they start seeing you as a solution that they're looking for. So it's not, know your ideal client. Boring. It's about knowing in depth and capturing that in the ad and put that in the lead generation system. Okay. Let me know in the comments if this makes sense, because it's one thing to do this at a superficial level, and it's another thing to get yourself into their shoes and talk about what's happening here for them, and capturing that in a way that makes them stop the scroll. And that requires depth. That requires some testing. That requires knowing, like really knowing the person that you want in your containers. Okay. So mastering this and doing this with ads is a must. One of the things that I'm doing, this is one of the things that I'm doing with my clients, and there's also a testimonial pinned on my profile. I'm not just running ads. I'm not just pushing a button and run the ads. No, I'm going in depth with this with every single client to make sure that I understand who their ideal client, not at a superficial level, no, in depth, like who is this person? Who is this person? Let me visualize this person. Let me connect with this person. Let me feel this person. Let's see what's going on. Let me put myself in their shoes, because when I know this, I also know the targeting and the messaging, the copy and the images. Everything needs to be in alignment with this person to catch her attention when they see the ad, to target in a way that brings them in. And now these days, the messaging is even more important. The messaging is going to pull them in. Okay, so not doing this on a superficial level, but doing this with depth. And if you're someone who already knows your ideal client, and I assume you know, it's about capturing this in the ad messaging, in the ad content. Okay, so then after that, creating the ad itself that brings people in. If you promote a virtual event, the ad is going to be about that. If you promote a lead magnet, then the ad is going to be about that, but it's about testing simple ads that bring people in. You can start with images. If you're good on video, you can start with videos, but it's about testing just a few simple ads to see what's working and what's not working. And then when you see that an ad is working, you scale that ad and turn off the other ones. So it can be a little bit messy at the beginning because you are testing different angles. You're testing different copy variations. You're testing different images. You're testing different targeting options. It doesn't need to take a long time. The more you know your ideal client, the faster this process is going to get, the easier this process is going to be. But once you nail this, then you start attracting the right people. If you don't know your ideal client in depth, you can still use ads and figure out what's working. You just need more ad budget in order to until you figure out your ideal client. This is something that I've done with one of my clients who at the beginning, she was quite general, and my suggestion was, let's go more in depth. I've done this process with her, the exact process I'm talking about here. I've done this with her, and she was no, I'm a healer, and there are so many people who need my work, and I want to keep this a little bit broad, so we're going to run ads in this way. And I said, we're going to attract a bunch of people. Your offer is this, so we need this type of client in order to make sure that we actually attract someone who is able to pay your high ticket price. Anyway, she didn't want to listen. So we have done the ads more in her way, kept the messaging a little bit broader, and she made money. It was a multiple 5-figure launch. However, for the second launch, she came to me and said, you were right. We've attracted so many people, we made money, but there were people who were not able to invest just because we have attracted a bunch of people that we didn't look at the finances. We didn't target the person who has the money to invest in the package. So for the second launch, she said, okay, let's do this your way 100%. And go more in depth. Let's go deeper. Let's dig deeper. Let's get into her shoes. Let's see who this person is. Let's see her financial situation. Let's see the way she's thinking. Let's see all the other aspects that we need to get clear on and put that in that. And the second launch was she made even more money than the first launch. We made even more money because we have perfected every single time. So it's a process, but the beauty is that you learn with every single launch, you improve, and you make the next one even better, and that's how you scale to 6-figure launches or beyond. Because maybe a 6-figure launch it's not that exciting for you. The sky is not even the limit because you can have a multiple 6-figure launch with this process. It's all about the amount of people that you bring in, the visibility that you have for your event, and then doing your thing and closing the leads that you have in your event. Does this make sense, guys? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you have questions. I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done for today. So if you guys have questions, let me know now. And I'm going to get back to you as soon as I'm done. So also, what should the clear message should have? I'm rebranding and I feel my message is missing something. Okay, I don't understand the question. So you are rebranding and you feel that the messaging is not on point, if that's the question. So if that's the issue, do you have two options? One is to keep using organic until you nail your messaging. And it may take a little bit it may take a little bit because of the reach, because of the algorithm, because of how many people are seeing it. So it will involve a lot of trial and error. Of course, you do the work of getting into the shoes of your ideal client as much as possible, then test different angles using organic until you nail your messaging, which will take some time. I can tell you this from now, from this moment, I can tell you that's going to take some time. Now, another option is to use ads to test your messaging. Same thing, you create a Google Doc with all the information about your ideal client, all the aspects, all the angles, and then create ads with different angles. And then you will see what's working and what's not working way more quicker. So those are two options. I've done both. I've done this for clients with ads, those who came to me with brand new offers. Ideally would be to have your messaging nailed because the ads are going to perform quicker. But we can definitely use ads to test what's working, what's not working, and then scale from there. So two options. It depends. What do you have? Do you have more time or more money? If you have more time, then money go leverage organic. If you have more money and you want to speed things up, you want to nail this, then you can definitely start running ads. And if you're asking yourself, okay, how much money do I need? You don't, I think with a few $100s, you can figure things out. It doesn't need to take a long time, especially, let me add something here. Especially, okay, it won't take a long time if you do the deep work of figuring out your ideal client and like creating a Google Doc and put the information there and just collect basically the information, talk to people and put all that info there and get into your shoes, get clear on what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and then create a few angles for the ads. So that's why I'm saying it's not going to take a lot of time with ads because you're still doing that research work, that deep work to put yourself in the shoes. Does this make sense? Yeah. Okay. Happy to hear, Blanca. Okay, good. This was exciting. Now for those who are interested in getting more help with this or having or have me create a plan for them to map things out, look at their funnel, look at the system, look at their offer, and maybe create a personalized plan that involves automating lead generation using ads, we're more than happy to talk to you. Message me a free call or comment in the comments, free call, and then we get things sorted, we connect and create a call established, the date and time to have a conversation to see what needs to happen in order to have um, a lead generation for your next event or for your ongoing lead magnet to grow your business. We create a plan, and if we vibe good together, if we are fit, if we connect well, we can talk about working together and see how that looks for you. Because I have coaching where I'm showing you, I'm guiding you how to do that. We have a Telegram, we connect via Telegram. You have also access to training and you ask questions. I'm there to answer any kind of questions you have. We also have one-on-one calls to go more in depth. I'm going into your ad account, giving you feedback, correct things, tell you the things that need to shift, the things that we need to pay attention on, like basically everything you need. Like I will be your guide. And we do that for, I have 1 month or for 3 months. It depends how much time you need. And that's basically the coaching package. And another option is to delegate this completely and have me create the lead generation system for you, plus run the ads. So it's a full-on done for you offer. So if you're interested in one of them, we can talk about that at the end of the conversation, at the end of the call. So let me know if you're interested. Comment below a free call, and then we take it from there. Thank you so much for connecting. I'm so excited to answer any kind of questions that may pop up after I'm closing the live. And yeah, see you soon. I'm going to do another live pretty soon here. So, but if you want to see more of my live trainings, feel free to join the Facebook group because I'm going more often there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you soon. Bye.